Hey guys, and welcome to episode 14 of Surg's Skyblocks. I'm sitting here, and if you remember, I had this pulverizer set up to create gravel and stuff like that and put it in the autonomous activator. Well, I set up this little mini system here that has this one item duct, which basically blacklists dust. And so anything that I put in this chest that can go in the pulverizer, obviously, like the sand, the gravel, and if I put some cobblestone in here, that's what it started with. It will go and put it down into the pulverizer. And after it's been pulverized, it'll go back up into this chest, and if it's not dust, then it will go back down into the pulverizer until we do get dust. Now, I did have this connected here, and if I connect it again, you can see here, this is whitelisting dust. Now, the reason that I want that disconnected is because I don't want the dust to go into this autonomous activator. I do need some dust. And the reason that I need some dust, let me just grab... I should have a bucket around here somewhere. Where is my bucket? Maybe it's over here. There it is. 2 buckets. I actually need some clay. So, I mean, we've made clay before. It's pretty easy. I just go and fill up a barrel full of water and throw in some dust. So I'm going to make a little bit of clay, and I'm also going to need a couple of other things because what I'd like to start tackling today, and we can, you know what, we don't need this stuff here. Let's go ahead and take this away. We take this away, and we take this one away. Oh, you know what, I can just use my wrench, my crescent hammer. That's so much easier. What I'd like to start working on today is I'd like to start working on automated metals and basically automate all of the materials. Not just this little setup right here, but automate everything. And to do that, I'm going to need a big space, which is why I created this little building over here. So this should give us plenty of space, and it even has a little downstairs for any extra piping we might need to do. So I'm going to create a little bit more in the way of clay, and then I might make some of the machines that we have made before. Like I'm going to need an igneous extruder, I'm probably going to need a couple of crucibles, just because I am going to need some lava. And then I'll also need like a pulverizer or 2. So I'm going to go ahead and get those together, and I'll be right back, and then we'll start putting stuff in that building. Okay guys, so I should have just about everything that I need. I have a couple of pulverizers, some igneous extruders, a couple of autonomous activators, some extra sieves. I just brought along some chests just in case. And up here, I actually have a couple of crucibles. So let's go ahead and get started. So the first thing that we're going to want is we're going to have to make, obviously, gravel, sand, and dust. So let's start setting that up. And I think, since I have the power coming in here, I think I want to go ahead and run these hardened energy conduit right along here and try to get it. I don't know, I can just start like this, and I probably don't need this one right here. So let's start with the igneous extruder, because we're going to have to start with cobblestone. And you know what? I should have grabbed some water and lava. Let me go do that. Now the nice thing is I put an infinite water source down here, so Let me just grab 1 bucket of water and 1 bucket of lava. And we can go ahead and get this thing started. So let's go ahead and... So there we go. We now have cobblestone, and from there we're going to want to pulverize it down. Except for we want this to be an output over on this side. So that way this will accept... There we go. Accept the cobblestone and start pulverizing it down. So there's our gravel. And every now and then we will end up with sand. So we do need to make sure to take care of that. So let's go ahead and... Gravel obviously is easy enough. So we're going to tell it the gravel can go out this side. And if it does create any sand, I want the sand to come out the bottom. So we can go ahead and put some item ducts down, and I'm actually probably going to need a cover. So this is where our gravel will go, and then our sand, we just have to run down here as well. But see, I don't want them connecting like that, so I will need a cover. So that'll take care of the gravel. Now sand, we're basically going to do the exact same thing. We're going to put down another igneous extruder, and we can just put it right here. We can go ahead and set this so that it doesn't connect. And I'm going to need to obviously fill it up with water and lava. But then what we can do is we can go ahead and put 1 and 2 pulverizers. And so what we can do with these is this will go ahead and make gravel. I'll go ahead and tell this that gravel can go into this pulverizer here. And then what it'll do from there is it'll go ahead and make sand, which we can go ahead and pump out the side, and then dust, we can go down the bottom. And this one obviously will occasionally make sand as well, so we can go ahead and tell that the sand can go down there too. So basically we have a chance of sand coming out of here, chance of sand coming out of here, and a whole bunch of sand coming out of this one. So, you know what? Sand isn't really as useful, I don't think. So maybe we can just use this one here and this one here, whatever sand they create, and then we can go and throw another pulverizer here just to make dust, because I'd rather have more gravel and more dust. So let's do... Yeah, let's do that. Let's do basically... We're going to tell it that the sand that this produces can go into here. And then this will produce dust. And it's not really going to create any byproducts, because basically it'll all be dust. So let me go get a couple of covers and a little bit of water and lava to get these started. And then we'll come right back and we'll start routing everything. Okay, so as we can see here, this is creating a lot of gravel. And it's creating a little bit of sand, and I went and pulled that out. And then here, this one's creating gravel and a little bit of sand, but the gravel is going over here and being pulverized down to sand, and then there's a little bit of a dust byproduct, and then the sand is getting pumped into here and being sent to dust. So what I want to do now is I need to sieve these, right? So I want to throw an autonomous activator here, here, and here, right? And I just have those in the floor because they're going to be easier to work with that way. I also want to put some of these oak sieves right on top of them. And then what we can do is we can take these autonomous activators and just go ahead and we'll go just like this, so that way it has 2 on each of them. So it's not the optimal 3, but 2 works just fine. And this right here, I'm just going to turn off these inputs for these. I don't really need them. Right, so let's go downstairs and we'll start setting up the piping. So you can see here I went and ran a cover. So this one here is supposed to be gravel. And this right here is sand. So let's get the sand connected with the other sand, right? Because I'm going to have to break through. Let's see, there's an igneous extruder here, and then there's pulverizer, pulverizer, pulverizer. And you know what, we might as well tell this one to go ahead and just output everything to the bottom. And we can just set them up. Yeah, this one we have to have 2, just because we have 2 different outputs. So let's see. So let's set this first one here to gravel. Well, all we need to do that is just go ahead and take this right over. There we go. Now it's gravel. Now the sand is going to be tricky because we have to make our way around it, which isn't too bad. It just means that we need to use a couple of extra covers here. So let's go down, and we're going to have to cover this off. And then, so this one is sand, right? So let's go, and I think, yeah, I can go right in the same space that has a torch. And then this coming out of here should be sand as well. So let's go ahead and go just like this, and then with this we can, whoops, I don't want this to connect. Here we can go ahead and just go straight off to here. Now there's not going to be as much sand, but that's okay. We don't need sand as much. So then we can go ahead and connect these two. This should be dust, and this should be dust. So we can go ahead and connect both of those, and then just go straight off this way, and there we go. So now there's dust that'll go into that one. Now I don't want to wrench these to output just yet, just because I need to go upstairs and put this vacuum hopper, because it's gonna start putting stuff into these autonomous activators, and then that's just gonna start spewing everywhere. So let's go ahead and, for right now, grab a chest. And yeah, I probably only need one. And I think I'm going to put it, let's put it right here. There we go. And then we'll take this vacuum hopper and we'll set it right here. And if we set this output, let me go ahead and get rid of that. Yeah, that's right into the chest. And that should be close enough so that it gets the output from all three into this chest. So let's just find out. So if we go downstairs, we should now be able to wrench these outputs. And it shouldn't need... Wait, did I turn that on the bottom? Yeah. And that's an input. Let's try this one. Output. Oh, you know what? These need to be blue. These need to be inputs. There it comes. So let's go ahead and switch the autonomous activators so that those are inputs. And see, all the dust should start coming in. Now let's go ahead and turn this one on. And that should start doing sand. Oh, let me get around this one here. And that should be sand. And I can't really... Oh, it's up there. That should be gravel that starts coming down this way. So see, there goes the sand. And then here comes gravel. So if we go upstairs, we should see all three of these running. We got dust here, we have sand there, and we have gravel there. And yep, looks like they're all getting sucked right into the chest. That's perfect. Now this chest is going to fill up really quickly, so just for right now, I'll probably make it a double chest. And for the moment, let's go ahead and tell these that you're not allowed to run. And I'm going to pull out the cobble, so that way it doesn't go through and start working on all of that. Whoop. I didn't want that. Stop! It keeps putting it into my inventory. Probably a little too close. Okay, so that should start filling up. Now, I do want the different kinds of, ore and things like that to come in here. So now, it'll be really easy for us to pipe out, say, like the redstone and the glowstone and the bone meal and the blaze powder and, stuff we have barrels for, like this stuff here. But what do we do about the metals? And especially since we have all these different types of metals. Well, we could use packagers. That's definitely one option, but then we would need like 30 packagers. And there's enough space here. I mean, I could put 30 packagers, but that's boring. I really don't want 30 packagers. So, let me get a couple things together and wait for this to finish here because I have a feeling that it's going to overflow. And then I'll be right back. Oh, no, I don't want you to keep running. I'll be right back, and then we can go ahead and look at what we want to do to take care of metals. Okay. It actually looks like we are at about that wrapping up point. But before we end this episode, let's go ahead and take this and go see if we can head this way and connect it up to the other item duct. So that way we can at least get some of the items out. And I know it's not right in the middle of the room, but that's okay. So we should be able... Oh, no, those are half slabs. Well, I guess it works. And if I need to go grab some more item ducts, I already have them. There we go. So now what we should be able to do is go right upstairs. And we need to connect these here. So let's go ahead and just get all of these connected. Oh, yep, I'm gonna need some more item ducts. Now obviously things like glass aren't gonna have a spot, or it's not gonna know. We're not gonna have any glass running through the system. So, but we should be able to go just like this and connect up at least all of those. Now we're still going to need to connect up these. And I wonder if we can just hop down here. Yeah, why not? Let's go ahead and just run straight off this way. And we'll go right here. There we go. So then we just need to go right back upstairs and connect up those barrels as well. Now there are a few barrels here, like the blaze powder, the bone meal, and the sulfur. Maybe I'll add a third row to these barrels. Now, Obviously, we're not making the metals just yet, so those shouldn't go into those barrels. And yeah, I'll just move these like up on top. And eventually we'll have a barrel for just about everything. And what we should be able to do is come over here and install pneumatic servos. I made sure to have a couple. And we should be... Nope, that's not what I wanted. I want to wrench these. And if we tell it to go ahead and ignore redstone signal, it should only start pulling out stuff that it can put somewhere. At least that's the way I believe it should work. Why is that going out? Oh no. Oh, it's because this was temporarily an input, so it's trying to put wood here. And dirt and apples. Yeah. So, it shouldn't pull out this broken iron. Where does it think that it can put this stuff? Maybe it thinks that there's a place that it can put it. I'm gonna have to keep an eye on this and find out where it's trying to go. Oh no. Blacklist. No, no, no. I don't want anything to make its way down here. I forgot I added a trash can there, so if it doesn't have anywhere else to go in the system. The reason that I added that trash can is for extra wood. So maybe instead of blacklisting dirt, maybe as far as the trash can, I should just whitelist wood. Let me go ahead and sleep. That's why everything was getting pulled out, is because it could go somewhere. It could go to the trash can. Yeah, see, it's still trying to put stuff in here. So let's wait a second, and now we have a piece of wood. And I just want to make sure that all of this stops trying to come down this way. And we'll go ahead and, instead of blacklist, we're going to whitelist wood. So now the only thing that should be allowed down here is wood. And that's if there's no room anywhere else. Yeah, there's probably a whole bunch of stuff backstuffed now. Yeah, see, look at all that. So, between this episode and next, what I'm going to do is just clean this up a little bit. And get this so that it's just pulling out the things that it can, or the things that really have a place to go. Now, obviously, now that I've put that white list of wood on there, it shouldn't pull out anything, but it looks like these dusts and stuff. Where are they trying to go now? They better not be going here. Yeah, I'm going to have to keep an eye on it. I hope you guys enjoyed, and with that, I will see you guys later.